Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? So, in this rant video, I am going to talk about mobile tech as usual in a different way, though. Okay, so mobile technology, everyone knows what it is. You know, 9 times out of 10, when you walk outside, the person that's walking past you has a smartphone in their pocket. Whether it's an iPhone, an Android device, a Windows mobile device, a BlackBerry, doesn't matter. They got a smartphone in their pocket. 9 times out of 10. We've advanced in a way of life. Now, if you take the time to really actually look back, and for those of you guys who are around my age know this, okay, and I'm 32, I'm going to be 33 this year, we've come a long way when it comes to technology in a whole. A big portion of the movement in technology has been mobile tech. Years ago, when I was a teenager, we wanted cell phones. I mean, most of us carried pagers. I don't know how many of you guys remember pagers, but pagers was the in thing in my day. I mean, people would page you, and you would find a payphone and call them back. Then we got a little creative with it, and we started doing pager codes. I don't know if you guys know what pager coding is, but it's like using numbers in place of letters. So you can page a message that meant absolutely words using numbers. I was real heavy on that. As a matter of fact, I still remember the alphabet in pager code. And so we wanted cell phones. Nokias were very popular back in the day. But even then, I mean, you know, cell phones, that's all they were for, was for calling. And then they introduced text messaging. Short messages that were sent through cellular data and received to whoever you send it to on their cell phone. And that was pretty much about as much. And as far as gaming, we had Snake. How many guys remember that? Snake. Just making the snake grow by eating all these little pieces without touching the walls. Once you touch the wall or you bit yourself, game over. Those were the times. But that's what mobile tech was then. Before that, I mean, yeah, they still had cell phones. They had the really big Motorola phones, the really big bag cell phones they're called. But not everyone had one. Everyone used a house phone. What was considered fun tech was Nintendo and Sega Genesis, Atari, Sega Master System, Commodore 64, those types of things. And back then, you know, if you were going to do your homework and things like that, you had to go to the library. You had to check out books. You had to research and read. You had to do a lot more work than what goes on today. Which, you know, is why I'm doing this rant, because earlier today, you know, I seen families out. I like to go out with my family. I like to take my kids out. I know you don't show your kids love in dollars, but spending time with your kids is the most important thing. And one of the things I like to do, you know, when we all have time to do it, is to go out together, talk, hang out with the kids, take them out to get something to eat, and just, you know, just do something that, you know, as long as we're doing it together, you know, like whether we're out, you know, shopping for stuff to better our apartment or whatever, we go and do that, and the kids have a lot of fun. You know, they get to be themselves, clown around or whatever, whatnot, right? You know, basically all tech is out of the way. You know, cell phones and stuff like that is put away. I don't really text. I don't really call. You know, the most that we probably do is, like, if we're somewhere exciting, you know, we want to share it with our families, so we share it. You know, like on Google Plus, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, Instagram. Probably about the most thing that we do tech-wise while we're out, you know, as a family. But other than that, I mean, like, you know, these days you can see families at the restaurant not even talking, not even having a conversation. You know, one kid is on a smartphone, one kid is on another smartphone, parents is on a smartphone, little 2-year-old is on a tablet watching cartoons. Like, such silence at a dinner table in a family restaurant. It's kind of sad. And it's like you're losing valuable time with your family. Like today, you can't take these things for granted. Lots of things happen in the world that just can end you like that. And, you really want to have that kind of life where, like, you never uttered a single word to your kids. You never told them that you loved them. You never got to know what kind of things they were into. I mean, this is like the harsh reality of why some parents are like, I didn't know my kid was like that. Well, you don't know your kid because you're obviously on Facebook and they're on Facebook, but they got you blocked, so you can't see who they're talking to, and their whole world revolves around Facebook and Twitter and whatever else is out there, WhatsApp and all that crap. So you don't even know what your kids are, and that's so sad that they can sit at a restaurant where you would think would be lively and full of conversations. It's not there. Mobile tech is kind of getting in the way of that. It's giving them an avenue to be somewhere else, when they shouldn't be. They should be with the family. They should be conversating with the family, and it should be whatever's on their mind, whatever's bothered them over the month, or whatever is an accomplishment should be shared. You don't see that anymore. I mean, in my day, no, we couldn't do that. As a matter of fact, my dad would kick my butt if I had anything other than a plate of food and a glass of something to drink at the dinner table. If I brought a toy, if I brought a book, that's the first thing my dad would tell me: get your stuff off the table. Like, plain simple. Can't have nothing at the dinner table. But I don't know. So, it got me thinking, like, wow, what is this world coming to nowadays? I mean, like, I am a big, huge supporter of mobile tech, and my mainstay, my main brand is Android. I love Android. I love, just the functionality and everything. And I've pitched so many videos about how, I guess you guys can call me an Android fanboy if you guys want, how much that, I support Android. But at the same time, with everything that's good, there's always something bad. And it comes to that saying, too much of something good becomes something bad. And no, I'm not going to sit there and say that those people had Apple products. No, they didn't. It was all Android devices as far as I can tell. But just the fact that they wouldn't even communicate with each other is kind of sad. You have that nowadays. And then, of course, like with all the stuff that's going on, especially bullying is like on the rise. And it's like, for some reason, because there's so many different organizations that's trying to stop bullying in schools, it's just glorified bullying, and bullying got to the next level. And it's even harder now to battle it than what it used to be before, because we just wrap our minds in the social world. We just go digital. I've noticed this. This is why a lot of kids don't reach out to parents or teachers or anybody else about, if they are being bullied, is because they find comfort in the digital world. They'll go home, they'll go to their favorite social network site or whatever, and they'll just go online and just surround themselves with the digital world and just blast their way out of reality. And nothing gets fixed, because the very next day, the bully's going to start the same crap again. It's going to belittle them. It's going to crush their hopes, their dreams, their self-esteem, and they go to the digital world. And then eventually we have things like, what's happened in the last couple of years of so many different kids who have posted videos on YouTube or whatever after, they've ended their life. It sucks. And parents can sit there and say, well, I didn't know. It's like, but I mean, we got to do more as parents. We got to do more to be involved in the kids' lives. We also got to set limitations, limit your child on how much of the digital world they immerse themselves in. One of the things that I like to do with my kids is I like to force them to go outside, because kids don't go outside anymore. They don't go outside to play. They'd rather be wrapped up, on the Xbox or on the PlayStation or, on the 3DS, on the Wii. They'd rather be cooped up inside their homes. And it's like, all these things are happening because of the advancements in technology that we've made. And while the advancements are good and they benefit us in a great way, they're also taking away some of the core features of us being humans. Like, these days, people will fight over some things that we would consider to be idiotic, but we can't forget one of the biggest things that we've lost is the ability to communicate as humans. I mean, like, you communicate with your family so easily because they're blood related to you, but you don't communicate to a total stranger so easily because, we've forgotten how. Well, for us, for my generation, we've forgotten how. This new generation doesn't know how. They don't really know how. They know how to do it on Facebook. They know how to make friends on Facebook and like someone's picture or like someone's quote of the day and comment on it, and then boom, boom, they add each other as friends on Facebook, and that means they're friends. So basically, I do have a small following. I don't have a big following. I do have a small following, but I kind of wanted to really do this video to kind of put it out there for everybody, in a real serious topic. I mean, mobile technology is great. Having smartphones is great. Having video games is awesome, especially the way the video games are today. But one thing that, I think and I hope I can, spread out there for everyone to pick up on is to set limitations. Know the boundary to it. We're losing something that's so great in our lives. Like, a lot of my good key memories comes from times of just sitting down and eating dinner with my dad and my sister. My dad put so many years into the Air Force, so I got to see a lot. I got to see different places of the world and learn different cultures. And those are my absolute favorite times. Was just my dad asking me how my day was, and I could tell him what I did in third grade or in second or third grade, fourth grade. I could tell him what I did in class. I could tell him what we learned. I would tell him about projects we're doing in school, and he would genuinely listen. And then my sister, she was in ROTC, so my dad was, in the Air Force. He was able to help her with her march steps and everything else. Like, just having that communication open up with family was great. And being able to make friends just on the fly. I went, I went to different schools, and I was able to make friends easily. There wasn't this language barrier because, we didn't have social networking back then, so we didn't have to hide behind a laptop or a smartphone or something to make a friend. You actually had to communicate with someone face to face, eye to eye, and it was so easy. And it's still easy for me to do that today. But I watch my kids on how they try to interact with people, and they don't know how. It's easy for them to make friends on the video game world. Like, if you go online gaming, you make friends that way. I see teenagers making friends easily through Facebook. Like, oh, so and so knows this person, friend to friend, add friend, and blah blah blah. But you don't really see them do it. I'm not saying that they don't do it. Some do. It's just it's just totally weird. But I think all this stuff needs to have limits. So yeah, that's my rant for today. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on it. And if you guys enjoyed this little rant video of mine, leave me a thumbs up to let me know you guys like it. If you have not subscribed, click that subscribe button for more videos in the future, and check out my previous videos that I've put up. There's a whole list of them in my library. You guys can check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.